I don't know what the hell that was all about.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. You want to go get drunk?
How's it going? This is Whiskey No Smoke. I'm Scott,
I'm Derek
and we cleanse our palate
with Busch Light.
We're located here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Our first ever YouTube. We are going to review the Penelope Bourbon.
You got a 4-grain, just wonderful, wonderful product here. It's one of our favorites, especially once we start getting into the more fun and flirty stuff. In a couple episodes ahead, we'll do a review on their barrel as well.
Also, good thing about this is everybody wants to find that hard to find whiskey. Everyone wants to find the unicorn. You can find this bottle almost anywhere. And it's really popular here in Nebraska. It's they're only, I'm not sure, we'll have to look it up, but I want to say the company's less than 5 years old.
Well, their most recent batch is at 48 months, so it's nothing long, but they're doing really fine work as far as pushing out and just finding these weird niche tastes. Just perfect.
They are sourced, obviously, being a new company, they want to get right out there, but they source from one of the best, MGP. This here is 75% corn, 15% wheat, 7% rye, and 3% malted barley. One of the cool things I think about this company is they're very open with what they're doing. They're not trying to hide it like some of the other guys that won't even tell you anything what's in it other than maybe an age statement. This particular bottle here is aged at least 24 months and is sitting at an 80 proof. So if you're just looking to get into bourbon, I think it's a great select because one, super easy to find.
Yeah.
Very easy drinking for.
It's not expensive. It's a very, very entry level version of a bourbon that I would think of. There's no crazy bite. It's not weird in a sense that you're not going to enjoy it. I feel like everybody could possibly enjoy this. This would absolutely be an entry level whiskey. Get into the mash bill real quick.
I already talked about the mash bill.
Oh,
but first time jitters. We have no idea what we're doing, just so you guys know.
We have zero idea what we're doing.
I've been in whiskey, kind of a little bit of a connoisseur for about 4 or 5 years. Really got into it right before COVID hit, and then the bar shut down, so I dove deep into it, and I kind of drugged this guy with me.
I'm into it about 4 months, so don't take our word for it. Obviously, enjoy what you actually enjoy, but if we could bring somebody over to something else that they hadn't had before, by all means, I'm happy to do that. I know a lot of these are now first tastes for me, so you're going to get a first taste reaction out of these actual whiskeys. So obviously not this one because it's one of my favorites. They have yet to put out a bad one. Asterisk. I will note an asterisk on a batch, but ready to dive into it?
With that asterisk, it's still not bad. It's not our favorite, but still very drinkable. Let's pop it. Alright, dive right in first. I mean, with that 75% corn, you really
that's
smell
all you smell right on the nose.
Really
When you first get in there, and once you pull back, you can get kind of just a real slight, like kind of alcohol-y smell. But once you,
and it's a real sweet corn.
Yeah,
real sweet.
It's nothing bad or I guess kind of uninviting. It's nothing like that.
It's very flirty and playful.
Fun and flirty.
Very, very buttery cream corn. And I mean, this 80 proof, it's so inviting. It's so inviting.
it's so it's
For
so
all you people that like to say smooth, there's no high peaks of alcohol.
No.
There's no real crazy ride with it, so you're not gonna scare off a newcomer with this.
you're
It's
gonna
gonna be very simple and delicious, just delicious.
second sip in. You can start to taste the kind of the maybe a little bit of leather. I really like that.
And the leather, it's
It
like you
takes-
said one night, tastes like opening a brand new wallet.
Yes, like a brand new wallet. You go to the store, you get a brand new wallet, and you just open it up. Or a baseball glove as a kid. I always picture that as a kid, getting a baseball glove, brand new, oil it up, wrap the Band-Aid or wrap the rubber bands around it. It just brings back childhood joy.
Childhood joy, and like I said, it's super inviting. This would definitely be something I would introduce to somebody, because you're not going to be pouring them some of your super expensive stuff or your hard to find stuff like your store barrel picks that's the one and only bottle you're ever going to get. You're going to find this every day of the week at almost any liquor store you go to, and it's going to be quality every time. Like I said, MGP, whoever sources from MGP, almost always, I can't think of a bad one so far. can't think of a bad one so
Off the
far.
top of my head, no.
I mean, it's not the most complex bourbon in the world, but you know what? You could drink this in the middle of summer, because there's some of those bourbons. One of my favorite ones, like the Four Roses single barrel. It's 100 proof. It's a single barrel, so each different batch is going to be a little different. This one's going to taste the same every time, tried and true. But this, like with the Four Roses, like I was saying, I really only like that on cold days. It's got that bite.
Yeah.
It's got that huge
It's
ride.
a little bit of heat.
I like it on cold days. It doesn't. This one, I could drink it in 100-degree weather. Neat, nothing.
I'm starting to taste apples now.
Yeah, the longer you taste it, you can definitely get the citrus on it.
It just starts opening up, and not only that, but that's what's kind of really fun and contagious about drinking whiskey. The more that you drink whiskey with other people, you can have 8 people sipping the exact same whiskey, and everybody's going to try to pinpoint one specific thing, whether it be an individual plum or a raisin or something along those lines. As soon as somebody says something out loud, all of a sudden your brain just goes to that. It's what's one of my favorite things about tasting whiskey, because you get the opportunity to get other people's taste buds on top of that, and then it changes the way that you're actually tasting the whiskey itself.
Should we add a little bit of water to this? I don't think it needs water, but sometimes, adding the water will make the oil.
I don't think I've had this with water yet.
If you add a few drops of water in your whiskey, it'll make the oil in the whiskey separate and actually come to the top. So you might get, depending, get a little bit more.
I'll do just 1 drop. We'll see how that goes.
You just add a couple drops, and you can really change the profile of your drink with just a little bit of water. Swirl it around, it'll change its
Ooh, it
nose.
changed. Spices.
Oh yeah, it's way.
You can smell the allspices.
Oh yeah. I mean, on the back, it'll tell you right here: 4-grain taste, corn, rye, wheat, malted barley. And then it says aromas of sweet butter, cream, and fresh apple, married with layers of nutmeg and allspice. The palate is creamy, sweet dance of almonds and vanilla bean that finishes with hints of toasted macadamia nuts and a subtle kiss of tangerine citrus. That tangerine is very subtle. And I'm betting with this water, it's going to pull that tangerine right out.
Oh, it absolutely did. Actually, oddly enough, what's really weird is the corn taste kind of went extra, like even a little bit more sweeter, but then I don't know if it's just rounded with the tangerine from the bottle.
Yeah, it's very, just a little bit of, just literally one drop of water from this eyedropper is all we put in there. You can find these eyedroppers anywhere. You can use a straw for a drop of water.
I got it at
It
Walmart
does
for
not-
two for $1.70.
It does not take a lot. And you
No.
know what? I always think I sit down, pour just a little bit of whiskey, you know, not even the full ounce or whatever, and I start adding a drop or two of water here and there.
I want
taste
to try
it,
one more.
and see what it does, because the more you add, the more it's going to change. You're going to hit a point of
know.
diminishing returns.
I don't know if I like it gave it a little bit of a bite.
Yeah, it gave it.
Just a single drop of water, because it naturally just pulls the oils up. But
Yeah. And I mean, this being 80 proof again, I am more of a proofy bourbon guy. Like I said, one of my
Same.
favorite whiskeys.
Same.
I really like
Their barrel
the
strength.
Barrel strength. You know,
Or-
what's coming in. Why don't you grab that? Why don't you grab that batch 5?
You want to grab that batch 5?
Yeah, grab that batch 5. Let's look at that.
This one. That's batch 6.
I was gonna say, where is my batch 5?
Batch 5 right here.
I don't even know where I put my bottle.
I got it right here.
This one mine.
Yeah, that's yours. Let's
All
open.
right. So we both bought.
Had
batch
to.
5.
Had to.
Um,
Actually, Ken's Kegs is the only business in town that still has
Possibly
batch
in the
5.
state of Nebraska.
I would say possibly.
Possibly in the state of Nebraska. This one rings in at 116 proof, so 58% alcohol.
It's got a bite.
It's
It's delicious.
gonna, and I'm gonna tell you guys what. I actually am about to be a first-time father here in the next week or two, couple days.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah. No, wife's at home. She's not really up to drinking whiskey, being almost 9.5 months pregnant. But we were debating on names, and then I saw this bourbon. I don't know. I was just like, kept going back and forth. Do I buy it? Do I not? One night, him, me, both our ladies were sitting there, and my wife said, "You know what? Just go buy that damn whiskey, so we can decide if we're going to name our daughter or not. Because if it's not good, we don't want to name our daughter." And I'll tell you what. As soon as I took a drink of this batch 5, I mean, you look at the bottle. It's gorgeous. It's elegant.
It's a beautiful bottle.
It's beautiful.
It
We'll
really
do a
is.
still picture for you because you can't really see. There's flower work and everything. But then this is everything I want my daughter to be. Yep.
I like that.
Naming my daughter Penelope.
We were lucky enough to get to do a Zoom meeting with the owners, founders of Penelope's. It was a once in a lifetime kind of thing. They were so nice, Mike and David. They sat down, they sent out Ken's Kegs and Cornhusker Bottle Shop. They sent out 3 batches. No, there's 4 batches.
4 samples.
4 samples for us to taste in between.
And they're actually sending 3 or 4 more. A
couple more.
Try it. And
Couple more.
This is going to be exclusive to only Ken's Kegs and Cornhusker
Cornhusker
Bottle
Bottle
Shop
Shop,
here
yeah.
in Lincoln. Like I said, we are not sommeliers. However, we know what we like. And
Somehow-
this bourbon is going to be delicious.
Somehow,
Once this drops around the end of the month of May or beginning of June, I suggest you beat feet to these places and purchase you a bottle.
get the bottles. I don't know where it's gonna fall down as far as flavor profiles, but I really hope for that barrel 151.
Yep.
That was delicious. 151.
We're excited
Shout out
for
to
that.
Penelope Bourbon if you want to send me a bottle of that 151 batch.
Yep, hit us
By
up.
all means,
I
we
would-
will gladly accept that.
Sure would. And like I said, these are awesome people. They're really working hard to get it out of the game. Like I said, they're less than 5 years old.
Not only that,
Less than 5
but the
years old.
coolest part about it was they sent out these to a small town, Nebraska, kind of a family-owned business.
Mm-hmm.
They sent it out, and they sat on Zoom and they tasted everything that we tasted. They sat down, they had the tastes. We were combobulating different blends together and stuff like that. And they were like, "Hey, let's get that a shot."
And like I said, they were telling us the exact mash bill of every barrel.
Mm-hmm.
The percentage of corn,
Yep.
wheat, rye, and malted barley.
The
So these guys aren't hiding anything. They want to give their customers, hey, we want you to know what you're drinking, and we want you to love it.
the call was only supposed to last about what, 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
It's like an hour and 50 minutes later. Yeah.
Hour 15. So
Super great people.
If you're going to support anybody,
Family
like I
owned
said, support
business.
these.
Yeah.
However, like I said, do not drink this first and then try to go to this. This is water after that. Awesome bourbon. Awesome bourbon.
Liquid candy, like a hot tamale. It's spicy.
It's spicy. I'll tell you. It's spicy, but I mean, they're both great. You can't go wrong.
You can't.
And again, to reiterate, Ken's Kegs is, I believe, the only person left in the state with the batch number 5. The batch number 6 is out. We will dive deep into batch number 6 in the next episode or something like that.
Not a fan.
He wasn't a fan. It's hard.
I'll
We both
drink
really
it.
liked 5.
Batch 6 tastes like this.
I'm not going to say not a fan. I'm going to say it's good. It's better than a lot of bourbons out there. I'll tell you that. Is it better than 5? No. That's why we both went and grabbed an extra bottle of 5 before you can't get it again.
Yep.
That's one thing. Barrel strength. These guys are coming out with different batches.
I bought a bottle of 5 and 6
Yep.
so we could compare.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else should we touch on? Should we, what else? We got anything else or?
I don't know.
Well, guys, this probably wasn't the best YouTube video you ever seen.
We're gonna delete this.
The whole thing?
Oh yeah, all of it.
No way.
Yeah,
Dude, we can't.
sure we can. Tomorrow.
I don't have that kind of time.